go my makeup. Like I ripped this eyelash off and then I was like, oh crap, I need to film an intro. Yikes. I gotta get better at that. So she's just like barely hanging on for her life right there. Like me on the pull-up bar at the gym. Trying to get summer sexy. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel for another video. So today we're going to be playing with some bright, fun colors in this summer-inspired eye look. So I don't know what you guys normally have in your fridge around the summertime, but for me and my house and growing up, it was always watermelon. It's just a good summer snack because it's nice and refreshing and crunchy and cold. That is something that I always associate with the summertime just because it was like a staple in our fridge. I love the color stories. You know, green is my favorite color in general, and who doesn't love a black lip, even in the summertime? I know it's not your traditional makeup look, but I do what I want. Okay, you guys, so starting off today's tutorial, we have our foundation and a little bit of bronzer just because we were looking a little bit like an egg. I just wanted a little bit of like a... So because I want this to be like a watermelon inspired eye look, I'm thinking that we're primarily going to use like green up here, and then on the bottom we'll throw in that pink shade. We're gonna use this one right here. This is B1, and it's a really pretty green with just a hint of reflect, but not a crazy amount. And we are going to start packing that, and then as product comes off, I'm gonna switch to that soft circular motion and just kind of sweep it back and forth. I'm gonna pick up this A2 color, which is this like neon highlighter, like greeny yellow, and I'm just gonna hit the very top edge of that color that we just placed down so that it has something to like blend out into. And as always, we're not going up as high as that brow bone is. We just want to give it a little bit of like a soft fade into something. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of that initial green shade and pack just a hair more right here in the inner corner. Because again, my eyes kind of like dip down, and when I have my eyes open and I'm looking straight ahead, I really want you to be able to still see that color. I actually also purchased the Norvina liners online, and those should be arriving a little bit later today. I'm really, really excited to play with those. I've heard nothing but great reviews, and you know, I've used like body paint in my eye art and things like that before, but it's not quite the same as having like a liner. Let me know if you guys would be interested to hear my thoughts on that. But I am making sure that those colors go all the way down and actually hit that lash line. I'm gonna grab just a pinch more of that P. Louise base, and keeping my eyes open and looking straight ahead in my mirror, I'm gonna hit right on top of where that pupil was. You do have to kind of get acclimated to like your own eye shape and what is going to complement you best. Going right above your pupils though is always a great way of understanding where exactly that look is going to land when you are just done and looking at somebody. So I'm tapping a little bit of that all the way up towards the brow. So we're gonna use the color A3, which is like this really pretty green. It's lighter than this first initial color that we picked up, and it has some reflect in it. And the reflect is along like the lines of this like highlighter yellow shade. But we're gonna load the belly of the brush for that same brush that we've been using this entire tutorial. Oh my God. And we are going to pack that in a soft swiping motion all the way up. Bam. Look how dramatic that is. So to avoid this looking just like a glitter stripe, we're gonna need to pick up a little bit more of that initial green shade, and we're gonna tap that right here on the outer corner and flick inwards on either side. And we do that so that it's nice and soft, but you still get the contrast right there, like bam. And then the last step as far as like making this really look like a popping halo is to deepen the outer corner and the inner corner a hair more. Usually I go in and do this step and then have to like touch it up later, like after I sweep that halo color like right in the middle. We're not doing that today. Today we were patient. Probably won't happen again. I think that we're gonna pick up E3, which is like this really pretty, it's like a jewel toned green. We're going to wiggle that back and forth right here in the little like pocket of our inner eye socket, and then also right here on that outer corner. You don't want to drag it as far in as that like mid-tone green on either side, simply because it is supposed to be a gradient. The idea is that it gets lighter and brighter towards the center. So all of your deepness needs to be concentrated on the very outer corners. And you know, I was going to go off camera and do the same thing on the other side. But honestly, I'm like looking at it and I know we're about to have more fun on the lower lash line, but I think instead of doing like the same look on both eyes, I think I'm gonna do the inverse of this side on this side. Does that make any sense? For this side of the look, we are going to be using the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 simply because it's like warm peachy to pink tones, and that is exactly what we're looking for right now. We're going to go in with this Positivity. What is something that you guys always associate your summertime with? I'm picking up a slightly lighter but still like peachy tone. This one right here, just like closer to your skin tone. This is called Love Handles. I just need to do the same thing that I did on this side and give it something soft to like smoke out into. So yeah, did you guys like have the same vacation spot that you went to every year? Like I know some people take like an annual trip to Disney World. Some people like a staycation is the best vacation. I feel that's so hard. People probably don't want to do that this year though, because that's been like literally the last few months. So I just wanted to borrow from that palette to give us a nice like transition shade. I'm gonna pick up that D3 color and I'm going to give that quite the punch here in the inner corner as well as in that outer corner, starting to create that really pretty like halo. My family actually planned a vacation months ago, and so next week we are actually going to the beach. So that should be a lot of fun. We have a cute little place reserved. You know, we're pretty chill vacationers. We're not gonna do anything. We're gonna eat in the room. We're gonna like go for a walk on the beach. Hopefully it's not gonna be crazy. I have a feeling that a lot of people are kind of on that like same vein because why wouldn't they be at this point? But I don't even know the last time my whole family was like on vacation together. I mean, my parents went camping a couple weekends ago and my sister dropped by and I was able to drop by. So like we had everybody at the campsite for the better part of a day. But I mean like a true like family vacation. I mean, I worked so many jobs in college that vacation who? We went on a cruise after I graduated because I graduated college the same year that my sister graduated high school, and we had family friends that really like to cruise, and my mom and my sister really like to cruise, and so we did that. My dad and I are like total staycationers. We're like, yeah, let's you know, if we have off work, we just like hang out around the house, do nothing. Sounds great. So I feel like this A1 color is just like a hint too vibrant to create the proper kind of contrast in the same way that this green shade over here did. I'm gonna swatch it on the back of my hand actually. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna need to do is mix a little bit of C1, which is like a golden like champagne kind of reflect. I'm gonna mix the two of those, going a little bit heavier actually on that candlelight color, and that's what's gonna create the center portion of this halo. And if you're ever looking for a good like center of the eye color and maybe you don't have like a palette that has a lot of like reflect in it or something like that, especially if you're doing something a little bit more along the lines of like nudes or like neutral tones, I usually find that my highlighter makes the perfect pop right there in the center, especially because it already exists in the look somewhere else, so it looks pretty balanced and like. All right, so the same thing that we did on this eye, now we need to deepen the inner and outer corners of this eye to bring a little bit more balance into our lives. So I need something a hint darker than anything else that we've used. For that, I'm going back to that Jaclyn Hill palette and I'm gonna use this color right here, which is called Dance Party. I'm gonna give that quite the moment on the inner and outer corner. Since we already have those pinks out, I think that we might as well go ahead and do these lower lashes, also because I already have all that other stuff done. For this eye, the bottom portion is gonna be pink. So I'm picking up a smudgy brush. I'm dipping into that D3 color, which is that matte vibrant pink from the Norvina palette. And we are going to smoke that everywhere. And I want that a little bit deeper, so I'm gonna pick up that same Dance Party, which is the deepest pink that we used over here. And I'm gonna keep that incredibly tight to that lower lash line. And then I'm also gonna pick up a little bit of this like wine looking color. This is called Crazy. I'm gonna kind of mix those so you get that like really fun, like knocking off that excess product. Excess product removed. We're gonna start with this B1 color. This is nice and bright. And as bright as that is, it actually doesn't look as bright in comparison to the pop of pink over here. So I'm gonna pick up that A2 color, which is that like neon green. There we go. We're just using that to give a little bit more depth, dimension, and like, all right. So as much as I've been loving not wearing eyeliner the last few days, maybe even the last few videos, I honestly don't remember. I do think that this look demands it. And so we are going to be adding just a little like flick of a wing using the NYX, what is this? The NYX Epic Ink Liner. All right, I felt like the felt tip of that wasn't like sharp enough and it didn't give me like that, it didn't give me the look that I wanted. So I'm switching over to the Morphe one because the Morphe one is my ride or die. So off camera, I went ahead and added some mascara and some lashes, as well as gave my cheeks a little bit of blush. Also pop in just a smidge of it here on my nose, nice and youthful. I feel like the last things we really need are a little bit more like pop here in the center of the eyes. Usually I take whatever highlighter I'm wearing and pop it in, but since we got this like fun color scheme going on, I feel like it is only fitting to pop a little bit of this green, this A3 color that we had right here in the inner corner of the opposite eye. Same thing for the other side. I'm gonna take that A1 color. I'm gonna highlight like normal. So watermelons, in addition to having like the fun like striped rind, as well as that really fun like inner portion, they also have watermelon seeds. And I know that you guys remember spitting those out on a random sidewalk because man, that was half the fun and all of the work of eating it. Black lip in the summertime, why not? So first we're gonna line our lips. The only shade that I have that's deep enough for this is actually Vibes. My lips are so dry. If you believe in lip mask, let me know why and which ones. So I don't own an individual black lipstick, but I do have the Anastasia Beverly Hills little lip palette. So I'm gonna scoop out a little bit of this black shade onto my mixing palette. I feel like our face is missing a little something. That can only mean one thing. We need some freckles. There we go. Just a little bit more of like, okay, you guys, and that is going to be it for today's video. I do hope that you enjoyed today's look. It was a lot of fun to create. Drop a comment down below letting me know your favorite summer memory. Don't forget to subscribe if you would like to be notified every time I post a new video, which is every Monday and Friday at 1 p.m. Let me know if that new schedule is working for you, by the way, because I'm still playing around with it. I'm thinking 1 p.m. is where it's gonna be at. I hope you guys have a fun, safe, healthy day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.